ARCA Durban provides an exclusive rehab treatment for alcoholism and drug addiction. The only rehab in South Africa that offers a medical detox treatment. We offer a superior, evidence-based and medically cutting-edge approach to the treatment of addiction. If you have been frustrated by repeated failures at rehab recovery or are unaware that there are proven anti-craving medications that can significantly improve treatment outcomes, give us a confidential call to learn more about ARCA Durban's rehab program. Contact ARCA Durban on 078-2722-911 24 hours or call our office number 031-261-5515 and our Johannesburg number on 0622-770-911. Office number 011-656-0705.
Sell your old, damaged or unwanted gold jewelry. Gold Bar, raising the bar in the gold industry. Better prices, safe, fast and professional service. Contact us at 082-881-8654, Conubia at goldbar.co.za.
Platinum Funeral Group was founded by Sharika Suku Govender, an award-winning philanthropist who understands that when losing a loved one, what matters most is guidance and understanding. Sharika and her team have pledged to honor the dignity of those entrusted to their care and respect the wishes of every family they serve. Platinum Funeral Group, based in Newlands, Durban, serves with integrity and act in your best interest. Join our dynamic group to give you and your loved ones comfort and dignity from as little as 25 Rand per month. You can move your existing policy over, no waiting period, should you wish to be a part of the Platinum family. All the funeral services will have free live streaming as a special offer for this advert. Contact us via WhatsApp on 084-241-9075 or visit www.platinumfuneralgroup.co.za for more information. Platinum Funeral Group, helping hands, healing hearts.
Good day and welcome to African Essence. I am Riyasha Balgobind. We are continuing with our special project on child protection awareness sponsored by the Sibaya Community Trust.
We are visiting the Durban North Baby Home, a home that cares for the abandoned and orphaned children who are between the ages of 0 to 4 years old. They also have kids with special needs.
Joanne Tiernison runs the baby home with her husband Bjorn. Together they are often referred to as the crisis parents. Joanne joins us today. Joanne, hello and welcome to African Essence, and thank you for chatting with us today.
Thank you for having me.
We are delighted to have the opportunity to film with you again, and this has only been made possible by our partners, the Sibaya Community Trust. Joanne, tell us about the babies here and some of the circumstances that led to their admission into the home.
All our children come to us through Durban Child Welfare. They are either abandoned and brought to welfare via the police. Often the children are left behind in hospital when the mom gives birth and she knows that she doesn't want to or is unable to look after her baby. And parents also will go to welfare and hand their child over and sign consent for them to be adopted if they know that they aren't going to manage looking after their child. Most of the children that we get in, and especially the ones we've got here currently, all came to us directly from hospital. And for me, that's actually my best way, because we don't have to do as much guesswork as what we normally do. We know what their date of birth is, we know their birth history. So it makes a lot of the work that we do a lot easier, having some of that information on hand already.
Now, all of this must come with its set of challenges. What are some of the challenges you face here at the home, and how are you funded?
So probably our biggest challenge has obviously been COVID, because it affected us in terms of not having visitors and volunteers here to help us and actually be hands-on with the children. If you take COVID and then the looting and the floods, you know, everything that happened, a lot of our sponsors lost their businesses or lost their jobs due to that. So a lot of people who were funding us and helping us on our day-to-day running expenses obviously aren't able to do that anymore. The bonus for us is now, with the COVID relaxing a little bit, we're actually finally able to have our first face-to-face fundraiser since the start of COVID. So fundraisers are our main way of getting funding. We normally host 2 fundraisers a year. We normally do one around Mandela Day, and then we do one in November for World Adoption Day. And that is generally where we tell people about ourselves, what we do, and try to get as many sponsors and people on board as possible.
So with the children being at this tender young age, how do they respond when they are adopted, and what happens when they grow out of the age that you are restricted to?
We start talking to our children about family before there's even a family that has been linked with them. We talk about getting a family, what different families look like, that not every family is the same. Your family might be a mom and dad, where someone else's family might be 2 moms or just a dad. So we do a lot of talking to them about family and what family means. Then once we know who the family is that they've been matched with, we start, it normally runs for about 2 weeks. We do visiting with them, where they will start just 1 or 2 visits for a couple of hours until we've got the child so used to their family that the whole idea is that they don't want to be with us anymore. When they see their family arrive, they don't want them to leave again. And then we know that they're ready to move on, and that they'll be transitioning all right from us into their family. In terms of what happens when children reach a certain age, we actually just shift the goalposts. So technically, when we opened the home, we were a home from birth to 2 years old. Our one little boy is turning 6 next week, and I have no intention of him going anywhere until we have a family for him.
Well, that's wonderful, Joanne. And finally, how can the community get involved to offer their assistance to you?
I think one of the biggest things is to just be aware of who we are and where we are and what we do. You know, I always say, if you can just follow us on social media, whatever we need, whatever we're doing, whatever is happening with the babies that is of interest to people, we always post it on there. So people will be able to see if we are running low on funds. They'll be able to see if we are looking for a specialist to see one of our children who might have a specific need. They'll be able to see if we're running low on nappies, or if we're hosting a fundraiser and looking for support. So really, I just encourage people to follow us on social media, talk about us. You know, the more the community knows about us and who we are and where we are, the more support we will get from our community.
Thank you so much, Joanne, for chatting with us and for having us here this afternoon.
Thank you so much for thinking of us and for coming here. We've really enjoyed having you and sharing our story with you.
Joining me now is Pamela Mkhunu. She is a social worker here at the Durban North Baby Home. Pamela, thank you for joining us and chatting with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Now, your work must be quite challenging. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, I'm basically a social worker, as you have mentioned, here at Durban North Baby Home. My role here, I'm a social worker for Babyline as well, which is under the umbrella Durban Baby Home. So my role here would be to counsel mothers who are in crisis pregnancy, to also explore with them their option when they are in trouble, when they are pregnant.
Tell us a little bit about the adoption and fostering process.
So basically what we normally say, adoption is when a person who's not a parent assume responsibility of a child that is not theirs and take all those responsibilities and adopt that child. So it involves lots of screening, so that things that are involved is screening whether we see that you're financial capable, your housing, your health, your criminal record. So it's a lengthy process which will need you to sit down for hours to explain. But through and through, we just screen, we do proper screening to make sure that you are suitable to adopt.
Tell us about the natural family of the children, as I know that integrating kids with their family is always the first option. How successful is this?
Like what you've said just now, family preservation is the utmost important part of our job, adoption being the last resort. So we try and work with the family to try and preserve that relationship for a child to stay in their home. Unfortunately, due to finances, due to the state that our country is, we see less of that in the work that we do, because reality is people are not able to care for their babies.
Well, thank you for chatting with us, Pamela, and keep up the great work.
Thank you for having me.
One of our biggest issues in South Africa is that of our country's most vulnerable children. As adults, we are responsible for the lives of children. Let us do our part to make change. Thank you to our sponsor and partner, the Sibaya Community Trust.
Not all of us know the people behind the apps we use. One local company called Shop eSpot is raising the bar in technology, making multiple services available, accessible, and affordable. Joining me now is Shiva Pillay from Overflow Business Holdings, a proudly South African software solutions provider. Shiva, welcome to African Essence.
Thank you, Omika, and thank you for having me on your show.
Shiva, I'm intrigued by this application that offers a host of services on a single platform at the click of a button. Tell us the vision behind the creation of the app.
So how Shop eSpot came about was, we are a software solutions provider, and we are always about bringing about change. We want to have an impact in not just the local but the global environment. And when the lockdown started to happen because of the COVID pandemic, we looked at how can we use our tech, use our capability to help the general public out there and to help small businesses. As you know, at that particular point in time, in order to be able to get your business online, start selling online, start trading online, it actually was quite expensive. So when we saw the impacts that lockdown was having, we decided to build a solution that caters for all businesses from all market sectors at a fraction of a cost. And that's how Shop eSpot came about.
So you touched on the global trend, and we know that online shopping is a hit overseas. Are we seeing more people leaning towards online shopping in South Africa?
Absolutely. I mean, we see the trend growing on a daily basis. Large retailers have also launched their apps to allow their clients to be able to buy their items online. They've included delivery service to be able to bring the goods to your door. So it's all about convenience. It's all about making sure that people are able to still, to a certain extent, continue about their daily lives. And you'll find that consumer behavior has changed, and that's majority of the consumer base out there was forced to change. So we have developed a full-on solution that allows any business to be able to, in a matter of minutes, go directly onto our website, and they are able to set their shop up online and provide their services to their daily consumers, their loyal customers, all at the click of a button. And we have developed it in such a way in that you don't need to have a technical background. You don't need to be a software developer in order to be able to do that. And it exists on one closed solution, one closed platform. So you manage everything from one space. You can manage your orders. If you want to get into deliveries, we've integrated with delivery partners that are able to ship your goods locally and internationally. I mean, whether you have a large corporate environment that's constantly providing massive amounts of stock, or whether you have a little restaurant that's looking to deliver your food to your customer, our solution caters for it all.
That sounds so interesting. Now, one of the big concerns when transacting online, especially where there's financial transactions involved, is safety. How safe and secure is the app when transacting?
It's actually a very good question. So being in the SaaS space and being in the app development space and being in that space for a very long time, from a compliance perspective, we are GDPR compliant. We make use of Amazon Warehouse Solutions, right? And from a payment perspective, we don't collect payments on behalf of the clients that have businesses on our site. We've integrated directly into the large payment gateways that are out there. So all of the information is encrypted in transit. It's exactly the same as if you were transacting on your bank's website. We are GDPR compliant, and yeah, it's as safe as can be.
That sounds great. Now, you've touched on how the app works, but what are the costs associated with using the app?
Right. So because our solution caters for a vast array of business types, from your one-man band, small business looking to get online because they may have reduced their foot traffic, all the way to large corporates or international companies. We have various packages that appeal to all types of businesses out there. I mean, from as little as 195 Rand, you can get your website up and running in a matter of minutes, and those are monthly fees. The good thing is, what we've done with our system and our platform is we don't have any long-winded contracts. It's purely month-to-month. So you are able to go online, directly onto our website, sign up, have a look at the plans that cater for you. And as you find your business growing, you can constantly change to the plans that appeal to your business. So yeah, so I think it's very affordable. We are totally below the benchmark of what other companies in that space do. And the reasoning behind that is we want to help those businesses out there that are struggling because of the pandemic, that have been impacted in a very negative way, and we want to help them get back on their feet.
That definitely sounds like a very client-centric approach. Now, over and above this, you've also developed the Secure 911 emergency and safety application. Tell us a little bit about that. What access does activating an app like that give us?
That's actually a very, very good application that we have, and we are immensely proud of what we've achieved with that. And how that came about was, we live in South Africa. I mean, we're parents, we have parents, we have grandparents, we have kids out at schools that are traveling every day. And so you have the ability to be able to request, for example, if you're in an emergency situation, you can request armed response that will come directly to your location, right? Nationally, 24/7, 365, at an average response time of 10 minutes, right? If you're in the suburbs, it's probably a whole lot less than that, right? You could create community groups. You can create multiple groups as you would on the popular platforms that are out there. And by the touch of a button on our app, you can trigger instant alerts to those groups. And we provide that Overwatch functionality, which is what we call it, to trigger alerts to friends and family and colleagues, depending on the groups that you want. And we launched that globally, so that works globally. So if you have a family member traveling in the middle of Mumbai, and if there was something were to happen to them there, they are able to trigger that alert to everybody that's linked to the group that's created. It's available on the Google Play Store, it's available on the Apple iStore, right? And download the app, choose a plan that's suitable for you, and you're up and running immediately.
Shiva, that certainly is a very comprehensive way and definitely revolutionizes the way we look at safety overall. We're unfortunately out of time, but I'm sure there may be more questions that our viewers might have. How would one contact you?
We are available on all social media platforms. Our website for our Shop eSpot platform is www.shopespot.com. That's shopespot.com. Secure 911, it's www.secure911.co.za. All of our contact details on our website. You can reach out to us on our Facebook pages, which are of the same names. You can reach out to us via Instagram. And yeah, so look forward to hearing from everybody. Look forward to making an impact in the country as a whole. And yeah, let's grow this country one step at a time, one individual at a time, and let's do it together.
Shiva, thank you so much for joining us on African Essence. We wish you and your team all the best.
Thank you, Umika. Thank you and the African Essence team for giving us this opportunity to showcase what it is that we are doing, and let's make that greater impact together. Thank you.
Ashley Joseph, welcome to African Essence.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here and so excited.
I know, well, me too. It's an honor to have you on our show. So tell us about Ashley J. Where did it all begin for you?
So it all began, let's say, in my mother's womb. No, just on a more serious note, I think it was at the age of 4 when my dad kind of realized, hey, this child, she's got a bit of a talent, because he used to have this little tape recorder and I used to play it back and forth, record myself singing, play it back, listen to myself singing, and I guess that was kind of me practicing and grooming myself for the future. And so he decided to put me in the church choir, the children's church choir. So that's where it all started off, in church. So I'm a little church mouse. And yeah, as the journey went on, school days, I started doing the functions, weddings, family birthday parties and stuff like that. Moving to high school, I started doing theatre productions. So Elizabeth Snedden Theatre, Playhouse. My first theatre show ever was with the late, great theatre mogul Femi Venturas at the age of 10. Yeah, that was my first professional show that I was exposed to at that very young and tender age. So yeah, and then I moved up the ladder and started performing with the Duke's Combo. I think that's one of SA's longest running bands, 60 something years and still running. And I'm still very much proud to be a part of that today. And now I am, yeah, solo career, trying to take it up there, climb up the ladder even more, because the journey never stops for me.
It seems like you had quite a roller coaster ride. Now, did you anticipate such tremendous growth so quickly?
Absolutely not. So I live every day as it comes. To be quite honest, I started off as a beautician. After my schooling life, I studied for a few years and my first career was in beauty therapy. I used to work part-time singing on the weekends and after hours. But then as the years went by, the music started to grow. Ashley J started to grow, the name got out there, and I can just so gratefully and humbly say that I'm booked every weekend from now till the next 3 months, fully booked. So yeah, as the years went by, I started growing, and I'm just so grateful. I can only put it down to God that has brought me thus far.
You are obviously a creative, an artist. Where does your inspiration come from?
So I have 2 people who inspire me, motivate me and support me the most. And those are my parents. They are my strongest, biggest, most loyal supporters. I love them with all my heart. And even though the music industry is not, it's not a very stable one to follow in, they've supported me no matter what. They've never asked me to choose another career. Whatever it was that I wanted to choose, they've supported me 100%. And my biggest inspiration in the career is my dad. My dad is also a musician, has been for the past, I think, over 40 years. And he's everything that I want to be. He has taught me so much when it comes to this career, always taught me to remain humble in everything that I do. And yeah, he just inspires me, and I wish that I could be half the woman of the man that he is.
Wow. Wow, well, I'm sure they're watching and they probably feel so proud to hear you say something like that.
Thank you, I hope so.
You've recently released a single. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so my single was actually released in December of 2019. It's called Signs, and it's published on all digital music platforms. I was so anxious and so desperate, if you want to call it, to get a song out there that I just put together a few lyrics, not thinking what I'm writing about. And I was actually contacted by one of the producers, and he said, can we just do a collab, you know, can we, I'll produce for you and you just come and record your song and we'll put it out there. And we did that, and the song is so amazing. I love it to bits. I don't know why I don't sing it often enough. But yeah, it's such a beautiful song. It's a summer jam. And yeah, I'm just hoping for the best for the song, you know, just to keep pushing it out there and letting the world hear what I'm about.
Well, I'm sure that's something that we can really look forward to.
Let's hope so.
Well, and we're definitely going to be using we're going to be giving our viewers a little bit of a sneak peek into what you've been busy with. Let's talk about some of the maybe challenges that you've been going through or you've been through in the music industry.
So as much as there's a lot of wonderful, great things that happen in the music industry, I have definitely faced quite a few challenges. One of the biggest ones being the social media hate that you get. You know, my page deals with a lot of that. I deal with a lot of it. And it's something that happens every day that comes off social media. But I guess with the industry, it teaches you to grow tough skin. You've got to have tough skin. And in the past, I think 2 years, I've really learned how to have tough skin, especially as the page grew. I think the page sits on 93,000 followers. So with 93,000 followers comes that 1% of hate. It may not sound like a lot, but emotionally, you know, sometimes you just have to sit back and say, you know what, I'm human, and cry about it. But then go out the next day, put that mask on, and just make the world a better place through what you do. And so, yeah, tough skin is the way to go. But I think the biggest obstacle is learning to grow that tough skin, especially if you're an emotional person. But like I said, with supportive parents and motivators like mine, it was a breeze.
Wow, look at that, 93,000 followers. Tell us a little bit more about the highlights of your career.
Wow, yeah, I'm also still trying to wrap my head around 93,000 followers. It's a very humbling experience. But earlier on in my life, I'm not sure if many people know this, but I also in 2012 entered South African Idols. It was a great experience. I received the golden ticket. I went to Sun City. That was the year that Kaya Mtetwa won. And it was a great experience for me. I don't think I'll do it again. Well, I don't think I can, because it's my last year of my 20s. So that was a beautiful experience for me. Also getting the experience from singing with one of SA's longest running bands, like I said, Duke's Combo. That's exposed me to the Latin and ballroom, Latin American and ballroom side of, or should I say genre of music, which is such a beautiful genre, and I'm so in love with it. Also, in 2019, I launched my music company named after my page, Ashley J Music is Life, and I haven't looked back since. I've opened the company, I've ran with it, and it's just been so successful from there. So all praise to God.
Amen.
Amen.
Ashley, as an artist, there is so much of struggle, you know, just to break into the industry. What kind of support do you think we need to make it, whether it's local or even international?
So I would think that you would just need to keep going, and never give up on your dream. I didn't think that I would be, people call me the celebrity. I dislike being called a celebrity, just well known. It was a simple day of me putting out a video, not realizing that it will go viral or people around the country would get to know Ashley J. So, like I say, it's something as simple as putting out a video and just running with it and keep doing that. You know, that's all I kept on doing, was just putting out videos onto my page, and the page kept on growing. So as long as you have a well-supportive family behind you, like I do, and I'm so grateful for that, I think that you can just soar a well-supportive structure and just keep doing what you're doing and never give up. And yeah, not to say that I am international or my name is out there in Hollywood and lights, but I have done international work. I do work for people all over the world. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to work with clients across the board, you know. So yes, just keep going, never give up, no matter what, no matter how long it takes you. My thing is just to never give up. Also, with regards to radio stations and all social media platforms, it would be great, you know, if they could get our music out there. They could support local artists even more. It's so difficult for a local artist to get their music out onto international shores. So with regards to social media, radio stations, it would be great for them to show their support in getting our music and talents or whatever it is that we possess out there. Also, as an artist, your professionality, your just being available, just getting yourself out there, showing up, you know, showing up for auditions, gigs, minor, whether it's small stage or big scale gigs, you know, it starts off small. It starts off small. No role or no stage is too small. So just, yeah, getting yourself out there, being professional, getting your name out to whoever, accepting interviews from anyone and everyone is a great way to get your name out there and hopefully one day reach international shores.
Now, Ashley, you've had a lot of highlights, you've had a lot of struggles professionally, but you've also had a struggle personally. And on behalf of the African Essence team, I must extend a heartfelt condolences to yourself and your family. You've just lost your little baby, and I can just imagine it just being something probably unbearable to deal with. Tell us about what happened. Tell us about that journey.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Where do I start? It was the most exciting time when we found out that we were expecting in February this year. And our journey started off with our parents, as we always do, with our parents first at everything. And I think it just got the better of us that we got the word out there so quickly that we were expecting. And before you knew it, almost everybody knew. But by my 8-week scan, after I did my 8-week scan, the doctor said that he could not pick up on any development or any heartbeat for that matter. And so he had to book me into hospital to perform a DNC procedure on me, where they clean you out and get you ready for your next baby. So for me, it was a very traumatizing experience. And at that moment, I knew that I had to step back. I had to take off that mask of, you know, going out there and making the world happy and just deal with this situation at hand. I had to cancel gigs because I could not show my face. I could not be normal. I could not go out there and perform and make other people's nights a happy one. I could not do it. And so I had to cancel and just take that time out to grieve, to mourn, to cry, throw my tantrum, or whatever it is that I needed to do. But after experiencing everything, I think my solution was to just drown myself in music, because music is my medication. It's what makes everything bad go away. And so upon my discharge, when I got discharged from hospital, I stepped straight into a gig. So I walked out of hospital, I went home, I changed, I did my hair, I tried to make myself feel better, and I went to a gig. And people thought I was crazy for doing this. But they just don't understand that this is what makes me happy. This is what makes everything well again.
It sounds like music played a part in your therapy, in your healing.
A huge part. And since that day, since the day that I got discharged from hospital, I've just been on the go, and it's helped me so much. On Mother's Day, I decided to post a video, because when I did find out I was pregnant, I was making a compilation video of everybody's reactions. And so it didn't end the way we would have loved it to end. And so I was two minds about posting the video out, and I chatted to a few of my friends and a few ladies, and they said, please do post this video. And so I did, and the aim of my video was to just let other ladies know that, you know what, you're heard, and you are seen, and you're not alone in what you are going through, you know. This I was appealing to ladies who either lost their babies through miscarriage or cannot conceive at all. And so that also was a huge healing for me, because every second lady that commented on the video had either gone through this or is going through it. And so I drew a lot of strength from that, and I don't regret posting that video at all. It was such a beautiful experience to see all those messages of love and blessings coming towards us, our family.
I can only but imagine. I think only you would understand your experience coming out of hospital and then deciding for yourself, okay, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use my music to start a healing process in my life. And obviously with posting that video on social media, it brought a lot of, as you were explaining, a lot of responses from other women that have gone through a similar experience. For the women out there, you know, that maybe haven't read your or haven't watched your video, what advice or maybe a little bit of counsel, words of wisdom can you give to the woman out there?
You know, everything that happens for a reason. It's not our will, it's God's will. It's not our timing, it's His timing. And so to all mothers out there who are experiencing, or my apologies, all women out there who are experiencing this, who are going through this difficult phase of their lives. You know, there are so many things that we could do. The main thing is just don't keep quiet. You know, it's important to talk about it. A lot of women reached out to me on the page and said, you are so brave for putting something like this out there. I felt like it was the right thing to do. I was two minds about it, but it was the right thing to do. It was the best thing I could have done, because that helped a lot and is still helping a lot with my healing process. So it's so important to talk about it, be it to a family member, a mom or dad, or if mom and dad are not around or not available to chat. There's support groups that are online, religious groups, be it in church or temple or mosque. Or just find a close friend or a cousin or an aunt or uncle, you know, that you trust and you can confide in. It's just so important to talk about it, because bottling those feelings up you don't know what the outcome could be. So it's just to talk about it and let it out, and just know that you're not alone. You're never alone. God is always with you.
I think having an outlet, as you're saying, is very, very vital and important, not just for you, but also for your family. Absolutely. Ashley, thank you so much for coming onto the show. We really, really appreciate you coming on and sharing so much with us, with what you do with your music. You've obviously included such a personal part of your life, and that I know is definitely going to make an impact on our society, definitely. Thank you so much for coming onto the show.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much to everybody for having me. It's been a pleasure being here.
Thank you.
ARCI Durban provides an exclusive rehab treatment for alcoholism and drug addiction. The only rehab in South Africa that offers a medical detox treatment. We offer a superior, evidence-based and medically cutting-edge approach to the treatment of addiction. If you have been frustrated by repeated failures at rehab recovery or are unaware that there are proven anti-craving medications that can significantly improve treatment outcomes, give us a confidential call to learn more about ARCA Durban's rehab program. Contact ARCA Durban on 078-2722-911 24 hours or call our office number 031-261-5515 and our Johannesburg number on 0622-770-911. Office number 011-656-0705.
Sell your old, damaged or unwanted gold jewelry. Gold Bar, raising the bar in the gold industry. Better prices, safe, fast and professional service. Contact us at 082-881-8654, Conubia at goldbar.co.za.
Platinum Funeral Group was founded by Sharika Suku Govender, an award-winning philanthropist who understands that when losing a loved one, what matters most is guidance and understanding. Sharika and her team have pledged to honor the dignity of those entrusted to their care and respect the wishes of every family they serve. Platinum Funeral Group, based in Newlands, Durban, serves with integrity and act in your best interest. Join our dynamic group to give you and your loved ones comfort and dignity from as little as 25 Rand per month. You can move your existing policy over, no waiting period, should you wish to be a part of the Platinum family. All the funeral services will have free live streaming as a special offer for this advert. Contact us via WhatsApp on 084-241-9075 or visit www.platinumfuneralgroup.co.za for more information. Platinum Funeral Group, helping hands, healing hearts.